90-Day Fiancé, Sumit's mom finally won the battle? Will Jenny break the relationship and leave? 90-Day Fiancé star Jenny Slatten reached her breaking point in the latest episode of The Other Way. Sumit's mom, Sadhna, seems to have finally defeated her daughter-in-law and driven her away from her husband. Jenny is boiling with anger over the constant drama and lack of freedom in the new setup. She never planned to live with her in-laws. But the TLC star was forced to adjust to a joint family setup due to their finances. Jenny told Sumit to move out with her in the previous season. But she seems not ready to wait any longer or to let anyone control her life. The reality TV star threatened to walk away if Sumit wouldn't make any efforts. Was it all Sadhna's plan? Did she plan everything to get rid of her? 90-Day Fiancé, Sumit's parents ordered Jenny to stay with them. 90-Day Fiancé star Sumit Singh tried to make his mom, Sadhna, understand that things won't always happen how she wants. However, the latter blew things out of proportion and started her emotional manipulation. Jenny tried to fix things with her MIL in the recent episode and asked how she was feeling. She told her that it would be tough for both of them to change at this age. Hence, the American native feels she should move out with Sumit. Sumit's parents, Sadhna and Anil, were shocked to know that Jenny was planning to leave the home. They told her that the couple cannot move out and asked them to live with them as a happy family. Anil went on to tell Jenny that she had to live with them and called it an order. Jenny reminded her in-laws that she can't be told what to do. 90-Day Fiancé, fans think Sumit's mom planned everything to get rid of Jenny. Sumit Singh's mom, Sadhna, never wanted to accept Jenny as her daughter-in-law. She is pretending to be on good terms with her on The Other Way. However, fans think the 90-Day Fiancé star pushed her daughter-in-law to her breaking point. Recently, Jenny informed Sumit that she had already talked to the family about their plan to move out. Singh tried to make his wife understand that they are the ones living with his parents, not the other way around. Jenny screamed, "But I can't live there, I can't." She told her husband that she had never lived with so many people and moved out when she was 18. Hence, the reality TV star hates anyone telling her she cannot drink, eat, or even dress the way she wants. Sumit wanted Jenny to understand that she is no longer living in America. The latter feels she can never adjust to her husband's family. She also reminded him that she was never ready to live with them. The American native was frustrated with not being able to watch TV comfortably in her comfy clothes. Jenny added, "He can live there as he wants, but I'm gonna leave." 90-Day Fiancé fans appreciated her for taking a stand for herself. They felt bad seeing her go through so much in her 60s. One fan said, "I see a divorce coming." Another user felt it was all Sadhna's plan to get rid of her. They hope Jenny and Sumit will find a way out and regain their freedom. 90-Day Fiancé, Jenny and Sumit clash over their living situation as she forces him to move out. It's *CK's living here. 90-Day Fiancé star Jenny Slatten cannot wait any longer to reclaim her freedom. She is fed up with their living situation and is asking Sumit to move out as soon as possible. Things took an unexpected turn, and the reality TV star expressed her frustration in the recent episode. Slatten wants her husband to find a new apartment and move out with her. She doesn't want to delay things anymore and wants her privacy back. However, Sumit doesn't really seem happy about it. He has been hoping to live with his family forever. The reality TV star was shocked to know that his wife had already talked to his parents. Jenny and Sumit have been walking on eggshells since moving in with the family. Will they be able to move out? Why did they argue? 90-Day Fiancé, Sumit's parents ordered Jenny to stay with them. 90-Day Fiancé star Jenny Slatten is frustrated with her MIL, Sadhna, over her controlling nature. She is not ready to let anyone rule over her at this age. The reality TV star talked about her in-laws in the recent interview. Jenny cooked a nourishing dish for Sadhna, who wasn't feeling well. Hence, the latter explained that she was fine and such things happen in a family. She stated, "The anger is for some time, then we get back to normal." Jenny shared that it is her first time living with a family. She thinks it is impossible for her and her MIL to change at this stage. The reality TV star feels it is best for her and Sumit to move out. However, Sadhna wasn't ready to let her leave their home. Sumit's dad said, "You are not going to leave, you have to live with us, it's an order." 90-Day Fiancé, Jenny and Sumit argue over plan to move out. Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh are not on the same page about their plan to move out. Recently, the former wanted to share with her husband how the conversation with his family had gone. She was hoping for the right moment to tell him she had already spoken to them. But the 90-Day Fiancé star knows Sumit won't be happy with it, since he wants to stay with them. Slatten confessed, "But I stood up for myself, and I'll let him know exactly how I feel." She was watching Birds with Sumit and tried to bring up the topic. The reality TV star stated, I think this is a very good getaway, like, from that busy life, or busy area, busy people, busy family. Jenny was happy to have just her and Sumit for now. She finally asked whether they could go back to their apartment. The TLC star understands that her partner enjoys being around his family. Jenny noted, "I can't deal with this. It's too much. It sucks living there." Hence, Sumit tried to tell his wife that she needed to make some adjustments in the new place. But he was shocked to know she had already talked to his family about moving out. The Indian native asked whether his wife was out of her mind. Singh was angry with Slatten for saying such things despite knowing their financial condition. He wanted her to understand she was no longer in the US. But Jenny was adamant about her decision. Jenny Slatten's trip to New York City for the 90-Day Fiancé holiday party wouldn't be complete without a visit to Swan's studio. On December 9th, the 90-Day Fiancé, the Other Way star stopped by Swan to chat all about her and Sumit Singh's long-awaited return to the Other Way, what it's really like living with his family, and of course, how to make her not-so-beloved spaghetti. Reflecting on her return to the Other Way, Jenny told Swan, we were excited that they wanted us back." According to Jenny, who appeared on seasons 1 to 3 of the 90-Day Fiancé spin-off show, the couple is very happy to return to the show during season 7. However, Jenny made it clear that season 7 is not the same ballgame as her first 3 seasons with the franchise. She revealed to Swan that this season is different because they have acceptance from Sumit's parents, which they fought so hard for during their previous appearances. Not to mention, this season, Jenny and Sumit have moved in with his family. "Now we all live together in the same house," she explained, "so that's a big difference." This season has also brought a different relationship between Jenny and her mother-in-law. As she put it, "Me and his mom get along fine, whereas before it was an ugly scene." Jenny also commended the fans, who have stuck with her and Sumit since season 1 of The Other Way. She told Swan, "The fans have been great. They're very happy for us, and they're happy to see me and Sadhna getting along this season, too." While living with Sadhna is a little stressful, Jenny proudly told us, "The best thing is, she cooks and cleans." That being said, Jenny was excited to be back in America, even for a limited time. She explained, "When I come back here, I head straight for Sephora. I can't say Zara, because we have them in India, but mainly Sephora." Let's hope Jenny got a chance to pop by her favorite store, and maybe pick up a gift for Sadhna, while she was in town. Check out Swan's full roundup of the 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way Season 7 couples for updates on Jenny, Sumit, and the rest of the cast. Why Jenny and Sumit's story feels out of sync with 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way's original premise. The return of season characters Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh in 90-Day Fiancé, The Other Way raises both expectations and scrutiny. The plotline of Jenny and Sumit primarily focuses on financial stress, family difficulties, and cultural resistance, but in reverse, whereas the conventional focus of this spin-off is Americans moving to strange, culturally different nations and finding it difficult to assimilate. The purpose of the show is to document the foreigner's adjustment to a new environment, but Jenny is by no means a newcomer. Jenny has already lived in India for years, so she is not constantly overwhelmed by the local culture. She is not the fish out of water, but rather someone who refuses to swim, as evidenced by the several scenes in which she defies conventional expectations, such as performing household tasks or completely integrating with Sumit's family. Meanwhile, Sumit's family becomes the adapting side instead of Jenny, flipping the American in Strangeland premise. The narrative of the season is strained by this inversion. This article will examine why the plot of Jenny and Sumit seems out of sync with the original idea of 90 Day Fiancé, the other way. We'll look at how Jenny's defiance of social expectations, their relationship's power dynamics, and how their hardships are framed change the show's thematic focus, and why seasoned viewers could find this change startling. How Jenny and Sumit's arc disrupts 90 Day Fiancé, the other way's core premise. From cultural outsider to cultural rebel. In 90 Day Fiancé, the other way, the American partner enters a foreign country and must adjust to, understand, and navigate unfamiliar and frequently difficult cultural conventions. However, Jenny is already a part of Indian culture. In the show, she is portrayed as actively resisting rather than learning. Despite spending years in India, Jenny's plot frequently demonstrates that she refused to adhere to the cultural norms. She is less of a fish out of water and more of a cultural hacker, pushing limits she wants to redefine since she is reluctant to help out around the house or follow family rules. This changes the balance of power. Rather than demonstrating adaptation, the story demands that society change to accommodate her. The original tension that results from adaptation under pressure is diluted, and the feel of the show is altered whenever the plot revolves around defiance rather than assimilation. Power, ownership, and whose story is it? The division of narrative agency between Jenny and Sumit is another way their arcs diverge. Homesickness, adjustment, and cultural shock are all major aspects of the American journey in the majority of other countries. Much of the drama in Jenny and Sumit, however, is on Sumit's family's tolerance of Jenny, arguments about independence, and disputes over tasks. This arrangement gives Jenny and Sumit a stronger sense of belonging on Happily Ever After than on the other way. This change affects the balance of power. Sumit is frequently seen as passive or accommodating, whereas Jenny is depicted as entitled, uncooperative, or incapable of making concessions. Thus, the show presents culture as the arena in which individual control is fought. This framing undermines the 90 Day Fiancé, the other way premise, which holds that conflict arises not from challenging what one side already knows but rather from immersion, language barriers, traditions, and humbling growth. Why 90 Day Fiancé? The other way's storyline with Jenny and Sumit feels like the opposite of the spin-off's premise. 90 Day Fiancé's Jenny and Sumit Singh are one of the most veteran couples of the franchise, so it seems the TLC show tries to get them in wherever they can fit. Typically, I don't have a problem with this, but in the case of The Other Way Season 7, I feel like I have to speak out. This season featured the couple in financial crisis, as Sumit put it, and forced to move in with his parents while they try to get back on their feet. Now they're running a cafe in an attempt to gain some independence and get back on their own. But there's one glaring issue with this storyline that makes it feel as though this 90-day couple is on the wrong spin-off. Jenny's refusal to adapt to most of Indian culture goes against the premise of The Other Way. The biggest appeal of 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way is that it shows Americans moving abroad and adapting to a life that contradicts everything they know about Western culture. More often than not, the American is a fish out of water and is constantly surprised by the customs and expectations of their partner's family and country. Often, I feel the people on here are mostly the 90-day couples who marry and split, because they continue not to do a simple Google search before moving abroad. Jenny has lived in India for quite a while, and we've seen her outright refusal to adhere to the cultural norms for quite a while. I've written over the years about how frustrating it was that she didn't make a more concerted effort to acclimate to the country, and that this likely contributed to the fact that his parents took so long to accept her. Sure, the age gap is an issue, but as we saw in this latest episode, Jenny hardly makes the effort to learn or do anything a wife in India would typically do. Jenny is free to do as she pleases, but this isn't in the spirit of The Other Way. I can't help but think that Jenny and Sumit's storyline might have been more at home on 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, rather than The Other Way. This storyline isn't about Jenny adapting to India, but rather his family trying to accommodate her and shift cultural norms in the country itself. It's certainly interesting and worth being covered on TLC, but not really representative of what I watch the other way for. As happy as I am that Sumit's parents accepted Jenny, I'm not really interested in seeing her continue to cross her arms and try to argue with people when she does not even speak the same language. If this were her first year in the country, I'd totally get it. Singh since 2021 and has lived freely with him for years, had become used to their own routine until they moved in with his parents 9 months ago. Jenny acknowledged in an exclusive interview with People, talking about how she wishes to be free again, expressing her struggle with losing her independence in a home where her mother-in-law seemed to dictate even basic choices, such as what to wear or when to pray. At the age of 67, she is acclimating to a world that is complicated by generational disparities, cultural expectations, and the embarrassment of being overseen by someone who is nearly her own age. Jenny held her own in an argument, thanking Sumit's parents for accepting her. Her story is emblematic of the broader crisis faced by reality show couples, as they balance the demands of cultural assimilation, personal boundaries, and evolving notions of independence amid the dynamics of an extended family. 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way, Balancing Independence and Family Expectations. Following 7 years of independence, 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way couple Jenny and Sumit experienced unanticipated conflict when they moved in with his parents. Jenny says she feels as though her freedom has been taken away from her. "I want my independent life back. Their relocation was a culture shift that tested me in a way that asked if I could balance holding true to my own independence while also respecting culture and family obligations in a way that wasn't the bubble I had developed with Sumit." Adjusting to a life with in-laws. Jenny found that moving in with Sumit's family was much harder than she had expected. "The transition has been really hard," she told People, "and it has been made harder by the mother-in-laws, often close in age, instructions on everything from Jenny's attire to when she should pray. We stay in our bedroom most of the time." 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Way star reflected, highlighting how her social life and personal space had decreased. Sumit also had difficulty. He acknowledged that he misses their previous level of independence but feels trapped because there is no definite time frame for re-establishing their own space. Despite her annoyances, Jenny expressed gratitude for being welcomed into the family, describing it as a big miracle in itself. These disclosures brought to light the emotional complexities involved in reconciling India's traditional traditions of extended family life with free-spirited individuality. The ongoing search for balance and belonging. Jenny's circumstance demonstrates the subtle yet significant changes an independent person must undergo when adjusting to a multi-generational family. Her statement that she wants to take back the life they had, "It's all put together my way," reflects a desire for identity and independence in addition to physical space. Although his parents are hesitant to let him go, 90 Day Fiancé, The Other Ways Sumit acknowledges her unease and acknowledges that the arrangement is challenging. The couple's path currently focuses on finding a balance between maintaining their own rhythm and gaining acceptance from their family, even if there is no set schedule for when they will return to independent living. Anyone exploring cultural integration can relate to Jenny's tale, which demonstrates that personal limits are frequently necessary for love and acceptance within a family. Are Jenny and Sumit still together after 90 Day Fiancé? Relationship status explored. More than a decade into their dating journey, Jenny Slatten and Sumit Singh are still a couple working through life in India and its challenges. Jenny's and Sumit's love story has encountered logistical hurdles, family pushback, and cultural limitations, and they tied the knot in the 2021 Season 3 finale. It is 2025, and they are still married. They have also celebrated milestones such as their 4th anniversary, showing that they are endgame despite the toxic brigade of hate they may have faced. Jenny has revealed that she's been open for weeks in recent interviews, using parts of the show to express that she's grateful for his parents accepting her, but she also wants to get her freedom back. Echoing her tenacity, Sumit acknowledges the difficulties but maintains a strong commitment to their marriage. As they appear in 90 Day Fiancé media and consider the strength and uncertainty of their special bond, their journey continues to develop. 90 Day Fiancé, the other way, Jenny and Sumit's current status. In India, Jenny and Sumit are back together as a married couple, but still facing new challenges. They have been married since 2021 and together for over a decade, weathering personal growth, cultural challenges, and pushback from loved ones. 90 Day Fiancé, the other way couple are madly in love, liberally sending each other adoring messages on social media, and can't get enough of each other in public, even Jenny.